Hello, this is the weekly psychic predictions, guidance and insight for all the sun signs for the week of the 9th to the 15th of November 2020. And I'm going to start with Aries. Do check out your rising sign, moon sign as well. Everything is time-stamped, so things might resonate more with you if you do so. And let's get going with Aries. So, dum dum dum. Okay, first of all, I got where there's pain, there's gain. That was the most important thing, but also the signs are all there. So just get on with it. Progress is assured this week. And I do see celebration. Take some time out if necessary. I feel like, I don't know why I'm getting 1 to 4 days, so maybe some of you actually could do with the rest. If you're in lockdown in England, maybe this is the answer, although I know a lot of people are still working and probably still working from home. If you were looking for a rest, this could be the time to do it, because I feel next week is going to really, really build up with energy and you're going to get busy. So if you do need a break, if you're studying for something, you're waiting, you've got a deadline, then do make sure you take, say, 20 minutes out every so often to do either something else, to get a breath of fresh air, if that's what you're allowed to do. I know you can still get exercise. And that will remove some of the blocks, because I'm seeing kind of a lot of mental energy being used this week for you. And but the thing with there's pain, there's gain. I think that you're going to see some results come through from different areas in your life that are going to prove just that. I'm seeing options being put in front of you. Now, something could be seen in a newspaper, which is an opportunity. There's the little ads that you get, the little hiring ads or whatever. There could be something that is worth following up that just pops up as you're just browsing. I don't feel like this is something you've got to look for, all right? It will just be like turning the page and there it is. You might be looking online on one of the newspapers online, or you might be looking at a magazine online. It feels like it's some kind of newspaper or magazine of some kind. Like I say, a lot of it is online now. It could be just you're sitting in the hairdresser's or doctor's place or something, and you're looking through a magazine and there it is and it jumps out at you. For some of you, it could be an opportunity to take a trip. Now, this could be a holiday, but I feel it's more something of learning, like a retreat or going somewhere to study, or a way of doing something you hadn't thought of before. It could be something was already on your mind and you're thinking, I wonder how I could do that, and there it is, it pops up. Because I do see expansion here and I do see movement. Okay, so that's why I feel it could be to do with travel. It could just be an opportunity to get things going. Maybe you want to sell something somewhere. It's a way of promoting what you've got or marketing. And I'm getting the letter B, which is the name of either a company. I am getting it's something to do with the solicitors or legal firm. So for anybody that is listening, that could be, that could make sense for you. And it just comes up, and it's the option, it's somebody that can offer the help that you're looking for, the guidance, okay? And if it's a place, and obviously it's somewhere where you can learn something, or somewhere you can go, you can get the interest you need, or, vice versa. It's going to be useful. There's more details coming to you. The more you're in your flow, the more you're going to pick up, all right? So stressing and pushing, like I say, pushing yourself overboard, over the top, trying to do too much without being ready is just going to make you more tired. Really look after your health this week, okay? Because for some of you, I can see you like taking a backward turn. You're going right up this hill and you're nearly there, and you're push, and then suddenly you just go, oh, I'm so exhausted, and then you lose a week, all right? Which is what you don't want to be doing. So if you do feel tired, take those respites. Be honest with what you can take on as well. I feel there's somebody here who, or some of you may need to talk to somebody higher up, an assessor I'm getting, or a boss or line manager, team leader, who can help you look at what responsibilities you've got, maybe rework something. I'm getting the sense that career-wise, you could be looking at a project and it's just not working the way that it used to, or it's just not going to work effectively anyway, and you're kind of trying to make it work because you feel like that's your job, but at the same time, you need, there is another way. So you could suddenly be inspired to do something different, and you're going to need to talk to someone. Do talk to the person. Don't keep beavering away at something that isn't going to work. Because I do feel like you'll be heard this week. There's a lot of luck around you. especially when you take control, when you realise your own power. And if you've got a job to do and you're in control of that job because it's your skill, then you're doing it because you've got that skill. Whether you're below somebody in a ranking of a job, you know, someone's your manager or whatever, or you've got 3 people above you, if that's your particular job, you are at your level to be doing what you're doing, so you should be good enough and know what you're doing, right? So this is a message saying trust yourself, trust your skills and what you have, because you could, you know, this is time to really step into your own. There could be a choice between 2 people this week, or 2 loves in your life, but this is your decision and you do have the ability to make the choice, all right? So don't go around asking everybody's opinion or, what should I do? This is about you, remember. I do see a breakthrough here. This could be that you're deciding on 2 people. Who do you remain with? Who do you go with? Maybe it's just, you know, a job and person. I think this came up last week for somebody, one of the signs. But I feel that this could be a choice that's been going on a long time and you just haven't been able to decide because part of you can't be bothered. And that's to do with the energy as well. It's like, oh, I'll just wait. And then suddenly you just know what you want to do because nothing feels right. Sometimes we think, yeah, well, I'll go along and I'll talk to the person tomorrow, and then you put it off. And again, the energy at the moment kind of creates that. It's like, oh yeah, I'll do this. No, you know, it's like stop. Trust your gut. That's the main thing. You've got some powerful energy around you. Like I said, you can fly this week, but you do need to remember your own boundaries of energy, where, you know, where you're investing time and how much. So take time out if you need it. Hello, Taurus. Now, as Aries, there's no, you know, remember the pain and the gain or whatever. I see here it's like the stress is worth it. I feel like it's positive stress this week. Okay, so, you know, sometimes we are under stress, but it's because we're enjoying ourselves because there's a lot to do. But just watch, obviously, crossing the boundary where you get overstressed and it becomes a negative rather than a positive. I feel like there's going to be some inspiration around what you've been going through, especially around what has been stressing out relationships as well, okay? So there's good stress in what you're doing because I feel like you're quite invigorated this week. You're going to come into the week feeling more confident, feeling more empowered about life, a bit more spontaneous in many ways, you know, ready to take a bit more of a leap, realising that nothing, you know, you don't have to plan everything. And I'm not saying that every Taurian does that, but there's that sense of, you know, just being in the moment and just going, you know, I'm just going to trust that what I've got is what I've got and it's just going to work and I can create a miracle at the last minute if I have it, because you already do. And actually, that's the plan in a way. You know, that's the knowledge that you've got that is kind of implemented in the plan. The fact is that at any given moment, you can kind of produce the results. But when you're creating something ahead, you're almost pre-planning and getting ready for any eventuality. Whereas actually you're just thinking in the moment, and it's like you're realising that this week and you're quite excited by it and you're realising that everything was worth it that you put in as well. So the inspiration around the stress relationship stuff is, I feel like there's something you may have been stressing around with somebody close to you. It could be a family member or somebody close that you're in love with, and you're realising that the things that have been stressing this or putting pressure on the relationship is about being more open. Now this could be the other person, but I feel like this is about you. I feel like this is about you being, maybe expressing yourself more. Maybe you haven't opened up as much as you could. And I feel that you're going to be more inspired by the way you express yourself, which is going to be good. And I'm seeing better agreements. It's like you're suddenly, it's calling time on things. And that isn't an ending. It's an ending of sorts, but it's not the ending of a relationship. It's calling time on the stress. It's like, come on, this is time for us to make a decision now. Let's either go this way or that way, or, you know, if we are going to part ways, let's at least decide it. But I do feel like this is a mutual agreement. So I'm not seeing heartbreak here. I'm seeing, again, you know, this sense of, well, I suppose like Aries, no pain, no gain in a way. It's like you're learning from what you've put in, that some of it has been worth it anyway. You've actually learned a lot from whatever has been the result of stress. From whatever has been happening stress-wise. the result is much more useful. You know, it's the learning from it that you can now move forwards with. You can take action. You're going to be much more confident, okay? There is a sense of rebirth in you, and a deeper consciousness. I feel you're going to be on a much deeper level emotionally. And just connecting with yourself as well. It's like you're going to start connecting with emotions you possibly haven't wanted to for a while. Maybe you've suppressed things, and now it's like you want to meet up with them. You know, you want to acknowledge them. You want to see what else is under there, because something will have triggered maybe something you've been holding back, and actually it wasn't as bad as you thought. And now this kind of inspiration of dealing what was in front of you, being in the moment, you know, it's like inspiring you and triggering you now to you know, go even further, which is amazing. Something could turn around this week for you, fall right into your hands. Some bit of luck, okay? It is to do with money. It is to do with financial stability as well. All right, it's going to help you feel more secure and more grounded too. Lots and lots of information being given. I feel like the details are starting to unfold in many situations in your life, and I do feel big changes coming in. But the greatest thing for you is that you are starting to really connect all the dots together. You're realizing some important simplicities and serendipities that are happening, but I'm really seeing lots of money for you this week, like more in some areas, like, you know, some lucky strokes of luck, just gifts, or, you know, maybe a promotion or an opportunity's coming in, and it's because you're letting down the protection. You're being more kind of in the flow, and because that's happening, it's now coming in, because sometimes that pre-planning can block things, all right, to safeguard yourself. And a lot of people are doing that right now. It's not just Taurians, it's everybody, because we're kind of like thinking, oh, Christmas is coming, or what happens if my job goes, what happens if they stop, you know, the government stops helping us out. You know, security is important to you, but there could be a phone call that is an offer of something exciting, so get ready. But this is you being confident, you know, it's suddenly you're going, yeah, I know who I am now, I'm really good at what I do, I'm really excited, I can do this, I can finally do this. And you could all along, it's just that now you're seeing it. Hello Gemini. Now expansion is key this week. I feel like you're going to be looking further afield. You're going to be examining what it would take to cross that bridge, you know, to actually step outside something that you've known for a long time. You know, it's a bit like being let out after restriction, and discovering, oh my God, there's a whole brave new world, you know, it's that kind of feeling. You want to put an end to something this week. You want to put an end to the way things have been. I can feel you've been quite strong about that, you know, mentally focused about something has got to finish. You know, you want to draw a line under it. You want it done by Christmas. And this next few weeks is the time to clear things up, clear a matter up. Maybe you want to talk to somebody about an issue. Just sit down and really, really, you know, get it out there. Get your feelings out there, you know, get all what you want to say on the table. I get the sense some things have been held back. Maybe you've been teetering around the edges of your truth, because you don't want to upset someone, or you don't want to upset the apple cart anymore, because you understand where both sides are coming from. You know, you could be a mediator in something. This could be something that has been affecting you for a long time. I do feel like it is affecting you now, and that's the reason why it has to stop, because you just want to be free of it, because it feels like a very heavy bag of stones that's carrying you around. Now, this could be somebody just around you, you know, that is causing this. You're dealing with their issues, you're carrying their load, or you're listening to someone else going on about them, and this person's connected to you, so you feel like you're responsible, or, you know, you're connected to them, family, or, you know, it's that kind of thing. It could be that something's been going on at work, and somebody's been, you know, you feel like the boss is treating you unfairly, or somebody's been bullying you somewhere, and you've let it go because you realise that they, you know, they're being immature, and you don't have to rise, you know, you don't have to lower yourself to them, but actually enough is enough now. You know, that's the feeling. It's like, come on, let's draw a line on this. I don't want this anymore. And you could be walking into, you know, your own place of work and saying, I don't want this anymore. I don't want to work with you anymore. Or, you know, maybe it's somebody you're telling that they've got to leave employment. You know, you've got a cleaner, or you've got someone that, you know, handyman, or someone that, you know, works for you, receptionist or something. And you're saying, no, this has got to stop. It could be something as simple as, I don't want these people coming round every week at this time, because every time they come round, they don't leave. You know, for some reason, my whole Saturday is taken up with all these people. And at the end of the day, all I've got to do is be cleaning up. It could be that you're ending a plan that was for Christmas, where you're fed up with looking after everybody and you just want it for yourself. You know, take it however you wish to. And if, you know, obviously it doesn't resonate with you, then maybe your rising sign or your moon sign will be more, you know, reflective, or more resonate. Listen to your gut feelings. This is going to be a very, very strong feeling in you. And it is to do with loyalty deep down. It's about what's good for you. And you don't want to go into 2021 feeling the way that you have been, because something is just weighing on your mind. And it is something I think you've lived with for a long time and you've coped with, but it's time for it to go. You've probably been stubborn with yourself because you've been saying, well, you know, I can do this, or justifying this, but there's healing going on. And with that healing coming in, you are actually becoming a lot more powerful, a lot stronger, and you're feeling a lot easier about things. So you're not stressing about things how you have, or like I say, pushing it away or avoiding it. This could mean a choice between two things. It could be between two people. It might mean that you've got to separate from somebody or detach, or meaning, you know, that it could cause a choice to make because somebody might not like what you're going to say, you know. Or if it's a job, it might mean that you've got to walk away from something you love. Although the job you love, it's the people that are in it you don't. This can be overcome. I do see changes in a new beginning. So whatever you do, it's worth it. And you don't have to protect yourself as much as you think you do, because I feel like you've got that spiritual protection around you. There is definitely victory coming this week, and there is a goal to reach. So if you are going for something, you are wanting to start something, I can see some of you doing some research into something new. You know, this is a good week to do it. I feel like listen to your desires, and Spirit is working with you, okay? Really, really close to you. Just be confident, rise above these challenges. If somebody comes at you and is, you know, defiant or defensive, see that as your own doubt. It's a reflection of your own doubt in yourself, and just rise above it, because that is literally spirit, the universe showing you, you know, this is still a part of you who doesn't believe in yourself, because if you really believe, they'd listen. All right. Or before you talk to someone or communicate something, visualize it first working out for you. That it's all great, you know, and just add some healing to the process and ask your angels to come in and help you. There is a bit of a game player around you, somebody that will try and put a spanner in the works, whatever. And if any of you are celebrating anything, because I do feel there could be a celebration going on somewhere, or you're excited about something, maybe there's been a promotion or some kind of luck, somebody could come in and try and ruin it. And I mean, they might just say something to dampen your spirits, or they might just try and invite themselves to the party, you know, like the evil witch in Sleeping Beauty, you know, and she turns up and it's like, oh, you know, why did you turn up? You spoilt it all. You know, I always say, whenever I do something, there's always one, isn't there? You know, there's always one. Okay, and maybe that's a bit of a negative statement in itself, but often it does occur, but it is because there's a part of you that still doesn't believe, all right? And when that is over, everyone will just love you. But people are people, you know, wherever you go, whatever you do, wherever you move to, things, you know, everybody has a different opinion. People, you know, the person in your village that you may have caused you trouble, you go to another village, there'll be somebody exactly the same. But the deeper, you know, the insight and guidance to that is that there is something that you're attracting as well. All right. Those people are always there, but whether they bother you or not is really up to you. All right. It's about rising above it. So think expansion. Okay. Listen to your gut. Know that the healing's happening. So if you're irritated or it's bothering you, it's because you are coming through the other side. Hello, Cancer. So it seems to be everyone's got a choice to make, a decision to make this week. That, two things that we love could be put into question. How much do we love that? Do we love it enough to stay? Or do we want something more? We can't have it both. And apparently, in this decision, it could just be that somebody wants you to make a choice this week. And, you'll be presented with two choices and you like both of them. You see, the thing is with these choices, they're both good. All right, there's good things in each one, and I feel like you're going to have to weigh up things. Definitely, what's the best option? This could be linked to an Aquarius or an Aquarian energy. It could be something that is coming in around that time next year. So there could be a new opportunity. I see a goal near it. So this is something maybe you want that could actually transpire around that time, and there's a decision to make. Do you start a new job, or do you take the trip that you had planned that you really want to do? That's the kind of decision. Or do you stay with your partner, or do you, has somebody popped up that you've fallen madly in love with, that is available, who is an Aquarian, that who meets your needs better, someone you love more, are they available, or are they coming to see you in February time? What is going on? There seems to be a choice here, okay? It doesn't have to mean two people, but it feels like it could be two goals that you want, and it's like, which one can you do? Because you can't do both of them. But the Aquarian energy is there. So it could be that somebody is offering you that in Aquarius, or you're having to choose. An Aquarian is very specific, or it could be timing. A timing of a goal that, what do I do to get that goal to that time? Means I've got to shift something else. But they've both got good things, but only you can decide. Victory in good ideas. All right, that's another thing that's coming in. Be inspirational. Don't lose that side of yourself, and really work on new perspective this week. I think things are going to look very differently for you guys. There seems to be you wanting, being able to either fulfill your needs better this week, or understanding what fulfillment means to you, or wanting to gain more fulfillment. What has been holding you back is your confidence. Spirit is saying, you've got to get up there and stand on the fence and be the cockerel, Get up there, be the rooster and say, hey, look at me, girls, I'm here. I'm the one. I'm the only one in the village, come and see me. Or you hens, But I feel like it causes you stress, that side of things. But it's time to see it as something different. You see, when people are inconfident or afraid or have low self-esteem, you'll view things as, oh, I'm not going to step up in front of a crowd. Oh, I'll never, do public speaking, or I'll just, I'll always stay in the back because it's safer. You kind of keep things safe because you're viewing that as it could be that you're afraid to step up because of what people might think of you, or you think you're going to fail. So what you're doing is looking at the worst before you even get up there, because you can't even see your good qualities. And I think this is what this week is about. It's realising that either there's a way to step up and show you the confidence you have in yourself in a different way, or you're just completely seeing it in a new perspective. I mean, I've got new perspective everywhere. A creative outlook is called for, okay? And new strong beginnings are coming in this week, and better flow. So it is going to be a better time to voice what you want. I think that anything that is hurt, like I say, the worst case scenarios are moving away in your mind as well. And I feel like you are lifting up on a high level spiritually, and you're wanting to be in the flow. And it's about, you don't want to keep fighting all the time, because I think that's what's happening. You're almost fighting yourself, when actually there's nothing to fight. You're just creating the block. And again, it's the way you're looking at it. There's always going to be these little signs of doom or gloom, or, these ravens watching from the darkness. It's always like you're waiting. It's like, oh my God, if I do this, that's going to happen. Let go of that. It's time to take control. Your gut instincts are going to tell you to take the lead in some way, all right? I feel like this is the week to step up and say your piece and be the one, you know, be the one, the leader, be the one in charge. Let your voice be heard. There's a lot of love and support around you, and I do see things are more balanced. You're going to see that, all right? But again, creative inspiration, just keep that mind open, be imaginative, be limitless this week, and don't force things, just flow. Because I think the moment you experience that this week, you're really going to experience abundance on the best level possible. You'll suddenly realise how simple it is. And actually, there isn't anyone guarding the gates and stopping you getting out or stopping you getting what you want. Actually, the worst isn't even there. It was just in your own mind, and it's just the way you were looking at it. Hello, Leo. Now, it seems that you've got an Aquarian energy around you, or something that's specific to Aquarius. This is a positive energy. It could be somebody that is helping you with your confidence, is helping you with your focus, and to help to feel more powerful, okay? I feel like this is a person, not a timing, because there's a phone call surrounding it, and it is going to help you or push you forwards in taking a leap of faith of some kind. What I see is a gamble in a way. It's something that could cause, you know, in fairness, it could cause someone's heart to break. Maybe this is about taking a gamble with someone, you know, making a step forwards, making a change in your relationship, and suddenly you're thinking, no, I'm just going to go for it. And although some people aren't going to like it, there's nothing I can do. I've either stay where I am and actually have a broken heart because I'm not with the person I love, or I step in with someone else, and, you know, at the end of the day, somebody's going to be upset, whatever you do, all right? But I feel like whoever this is, it could be just somebody who is an Aquarian energy or an air sign who is giving you some kind of advice or guidance, and then you decide what you need to do. Maybe they help you with a broken heart, you know, that kind of thing. It's definitely positive energy. It's something that you can't see, you just can't seem to get an answer for, all right? So it's like a blank almost. It's like, well, what do I do? You know, when you get into those positions where we think, I just don't know what to do, and this person just says something or does something to help you. Or they come into your life, you know, they've just entered your life, and suddenly they give you reason. They start giving you clarity that has been missing. There's many ways to look at this. Don't make it work for yourself. You know, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Listen to your rising and moon sign. That might be better for you. But I do see a kind of rebirth and closure here. So I think it's to do with, you know, stepping away from something, risking heartbreak, risking the fact that it might not work out, you know, that kind of thing. It's taking a chance on something. Maybe it's going back with somebody that you think, you know, has caused you heartbreak, and it's a bit of a risk to do it because it could all happen again, but you know, you want to go forwards. I do see more balance here, so I think if that's the case, I think it's a good thing. I'm seeing much more stronger foundations. There's better inspiration, there's better learning around any relationships right now. There's a lot of strength around, you know, love and just connections that you've got, and again, fulfillment and then abundance. So this is a good time to act. That's what Spirit is saying. If you're going to take the plunge in something, you know, it might be jumping into a new job and thinking, you know, if I could lose everything doing it. And I don't mean make a really bad investment. I don't think that's a good idea, but it's something in your gut that wants you to do it. You know, that sense that you just feel something is right and there is no way of shaking it. And this is what I see here. It's like it's almost like a child stepping into the unknown, and everyone's going, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And you just do it because you just feel it's right. It just feels right. You know, when something feels right, you just get on with it. There isn't a question. You don't sit there doubting and pulling it apart. You just feel it. You just say, I'm doing it. You know, this is, I don't have all the answers, but they're coming. And, you know, because you've got this playful energy around you, you just feel lighter. I feel stress is moving away from you this week. And there's a lot of, it's like as the stress moves away, the communication starts coming in and things start to settle. You know, the dust that has been flying around for so long. There's this sense, like I say, playfulness, but also detachment of worry. Less doubt, less fear. More in the moment. And like I say, things are more grounded. You can feel it. the ground just feels firmer under your feet, and your intuition is going to be very, very high this week. So if you want to do some meditation or you want to do some self-development work, this is going to be a great week to do it. I feel, especially around the 11:11 portal time, this is the time to connect with that light energy. Okay? So a lot of powerful things could take place, and I just think you've got to trust yourself. Yes, we don't always have the answers. Yes, we don't have the end result, but somehow things will fall into place. And I think that one thing important will fall into place this week, some kind of evidence, fact, information that will be handed to you. You will have it, and it will secure it for you. It's almost like a sign. It's like saying, well, just give me a sign, and you get the sign, and then you ask for another one, you get another sign. It just keeps coming in. Everything ticks the boxes. You're going, well, I'm not going to do it. When universe or destiny wants you to do something, they will place everything there to get you to see it, all right? So trust that. And when your gut is screaming to do something, listen to it. Hello, Virgo. Now, for you, I see an opportunity that could fall into your lap this week. I'm actually seeing it fall on the mat. It's either a payout, a check. It's information on... it feels like to do with money and finances. Maybe something, a legal settlement. Some kind of voucher. I don't know if any of you have done the Reader's Digest, and they say you can win this, if you just fill out this form, you're in line, I don't know if you see them anymore. I think I've been over here too long, but I remember getting those a lot of the time in the UK. Now, I don't think they're a good thing, but what I'm seeing is it's like a gift voucher, edge, or winning voucher, or you're one of the winners, or you're in line to win. Maybe you've entered a competition and you're getting something back, but this feels like some kind of win of some kind, or extra money or cash coming in. Maybe it's just a payout of some interest that you've been waiting for, and it will come just at the right time. Excuse me. It's like you wake up in the morning thinking, well, what happens today? And there it is. And you just will not see this coming. And it is really about the divine timing of things, how things work out. Maybe you've just had, unexpected bill or something come out, or repair that you've had to pay for, and then this comes in just at the right time to pay for something else in the future. It's that real sense of abundance of like when the pot is empty, someone will come and fill it up somewhere. So stop looking at what the loss is, just go with the flow. It's part of, often we get something extra to pay for something that's maybe is going to go wrong later. So just know that everything is being provided for right now. You've got a lot of spiritual connection around you, like many of the signs this week. I think this is going to be a highly energetic week for you. There's going to be a lot of focus as well. I see you focusing particularly on one area. Maybe this, whatever comes in for you, maybe it's someone calls and says, I'm going to give you this, I'm going to pay you back, or whatever. And it allows you to focus and be more inspirational because the pressure's off, for one, or because you can now focus on something because you can afford to pay for what you needed to get something going, all right? It feels like things have been held back. I mean, for everybody it has, because it hasn't been the right time to launch. So if you are onto a winner, right, and you've been wanting something, the universe is working with you to get that right. So even though you might be feeling like, I just want to get it out there, I just want to do it, you might keep finding hiccups as you're going, or people aren't listening, or the internet isn't working, or, you just that goes wrong. You've got another thing to pay out. It's because it's not the right time. Look at it as a whole bundle. Do what you can that isn't going to get affected, and maybe it's a sign to get some more details down in writing or get that sorted. Balance is important, all right? So, and you're going to realise that this week, that everything in balance, everything works, and it's like this ebb and flow that constantly happens. Now, there is somebody around that might want to take what you've gained, all right, or may want to put a dampener on a new idea or try and take you off that focus. It could be someone around you that's quite needy or just wants your attention, and you're thinking, right, I'm going to go into town today, I'm going to buy this, or I'm going to work on this, I'm so excited, I'm going to order my new machine, or, I'm going to do what I have to do, I'm going to get on with it, I'm so excited. And then you get a call from someone who's like, oh, can you come and do my cleaning, or can you do my shopping, or maybe that's not, maybe, that's okay, but can you just come round because I'm just feeling needy, that kind of thing. And You think, oh, every time I start to do something for myself, somebody comes in. Now, just that thought alone is not a positive manifestation. That's a negative one. So change that to everything works to my advantage. You know, what is the doing this? How is this going to help me? You know, constantly doing this, because this has happened before. If you're recognizing a pattern, what happens every time you do it? Do you turn up at this person's house and then it's not such a big deal? It wasn't a crisis as you thought, or you know, could it be put off till later? Is the reason you go and do it out of guilt, or is it because this person really is helpless? Okay, start taking time. Again, the balance of things. That's what's important at the moment, the balance of energy. If you've had a little bit of gain come through, or you're wanting that, then this is an area that needs to be addressed, all right? Because you might get this lovely gift that comes through, or this opportunity, because it may not be in a cash form, it could be an opportunity that comes in that hasn't been quite finalised yet. If you then go backwards and then think, oh, well, I'm not really valuable and my start time's not that important, it might be taken. You don't want that, or it might suddenly halt again. Again, that's a sign. Watch these little patterns that are going on. Something is going to be revealed, and I feel it's something that you're looking for, something you're wishing for, but there is a challenge around it. And again, it could be this person, it could be that it's like the universe putting up these tests and going, how much do you want it? How much do you want it? How much do you love yourself? You know, how much do you value yourself? This is a week where things fall into place and you can be really honest with yourself to know what is important. So stop doubting what you can have, because what they're saying upstairs is, yes, you can have whatever you want, but you've got to believe you can have it. You've got to really want it. Start being more playful with yourself. Stop blaming yourself or judging yourself, and just, you know, if you're concerned because people keep taking things from you, you know, maybe you've just realised someone's cheating on you, or someone's let you down, or you just think, hang on a minute, I'm always doing what everyone else wants. You're doing that. Look at your patterns, because this week you are going to be shown very, very clearly, and you can take the control, but it's taking it in a positive way, all right? Not trying to control your life or cope because you just want to keep the peace, all right? That isn't the right control. So think about it. This is going to be a very, very important learning week for you, Virgo. Hello, Libra. Now, there is an ending this week, but I'm also seeing a new beginning. The ending is a good thing because it's the end of an old pattern that you really could be done away with a long time ago. I feel like the shift is happening this week for you around Wednesday, Thursday time. And I'm seeing a time to really rejuvenate, rebirth. I'm seeing a sense of excitedness coming in, a feeling of the phoenix rising, a more playful, creative attitude. Now, a lot of the signs have been told this week to be more creative. You know, the inspiration could come in. I feel like this is a very uplifting week in general. But I've got two decisions to make, two agreements. One is with yourself and one is with a situation around you and other people. One is particularly around a younger member of your family, or someone younger than you, or a child, or concerning your childhood even. It could be an old pattern that you're making a decision on, an old conditioning where you're moving away from. And that could be the thing for yourself, or that could be something to do with, you know, a person around you. But there's new beginnings for both of these decisions, and one will be triggered by a phone call. Okay, of some kind, or a call coming. It might be a call from the universe, but it feels like a proper phone call, and it does feel like a male is calling. But it just seems like a door has got to close. Now, it could be that you make a decision you're not going to keep helping, maybe out on a financial level, you're not going to keep going, you know, to people's beck and call every time they call, and you make that change, because this is about well-being. And you're going to be really looking at your health. Now, I know there's a lot of, obviously, illness around at the moment, but this is more about your general well-being. And I don't think that, you know, I'm not looking at illnesses particularly for you, but I am looking at a drain of energy and a sense of, it's almost like non-existence, you know, where you just feel like you're floating around and you don't really know who you are, or what you want. And you're not really dealing with it, you know, and it's not helping you. And then suddenly all these things come at you and you're kind of forced to readdress a situation. Now, it's funny, I've got another air sign around you. Aquarius, again, is coming up. So it must be an important energy coming through. this is connected to something that you wish for, but also something that has upset you. I feel like somebody has either got there before you, has taken something from you, or let you down, and it has bothered you. It's blocked you from achieving what you really want. And you're now going to free yourself this week. And again, that could be the ending. It could be the fact that you're dwelling on something, or you're blaming somebody from not, the heartache around it. That's why you haven't achieved what because they took it. Well, you could still do it a different way. Maybe it wasn't meant to be yours anyway. Yes, you've learned that this person isn't somebody to trust, isn't a loyal person, it's not someone you need to be around, but it's done. And what Spirit is saying, it's time to move on, it's time to free yourself. The powerful energy around you this week will allow you to do so. You don't need to hold the barriers up anymore. You don't need to be afraid that someone's going to take anything from you. I feel like this is a week to be, again, celebrate and just... It's a real sense of freedom and new beginnings. I feel like, again, these two decisions are going to be about rebirth, about having a new life. It feels like you are starting again this week. This is going to be such a powerful week for you. You could be really flying high. So don't let yourself down. Don't start questioning and, what's... whether it's a good idea or, and dwelling on things. When something starts getting into your head or someone else gets into your head, push those thoughts away and say, no, I'm going to do, I'm going to have the best. What are my dreams? What am I holding back from? What am I doing instead? Do I spend all my time blaming everything or, questioning myself? What is stopping me doing what I want? And I feel like once you do that, you're going to make these decisions. You're going to realise the effect it has on your whole self, your equilibrium, mind, body and soul, and you will just realise that things just have to lighten up. And, this agreement I was saying about younger people, maybe it's about working with younger people, being around younger people or people with a lighter attitude. You're realising that actually this is what I want. I don't want to be around people that are dragging me down all the time, and that's your big decision. But this is a wonderful, wonderful, powerful week to rebirth, to rise again out of the ashes. Hello, Scorpio, or my fellow Scorpios out there. Happy birthday to any of you still celebrating. I think mine's finally finished. But I am going to be reading it all again next year because it would be my birthday again next year. But because things where I was unable to do as much as we could have done. It's the same for everybody this year. So don't allow yourself to get down about it. Just take in what's going on, learn, and celebrate every day, guys. Okay, if you are feeling a bit low, because things are a bit deep at the moment. There's been a lot of struggle over the last few years, and if you are celebrating a big birthday this year, you may be feeling like, I can't do what I want to do, especially if you're in lockdown, and a plan had to be changed last minute. There's nothing worse, but in fact, there is worse, okay? Because you could be unable to do anything at all, or, we can find a worse situation. So what I want to tell you is this week is going to be a blast. I'm seeing new creative energy around work, ideas coming in, something coming back work-wise, somebody possibly coming back to inspire you or to add a creative energy to what you're doing. There is money to be had. There is abundance flowing, and there is more balance after things that have maybe felt, where you felt sadness. Now, the reason I went into the whole sad thing was because, Mercury was in Scorpio, and it was bringing up a lot of deep stuff, and Scorpios have really felt this energy. We're already deep, so you're going to be like going even deeper than you've ever gone. And I think because of Mars and everything, it's just brought up so much stuff. And, you've worked so hard to get where you are and faced so many trials and tribulations. And it's like you're so close all the time. It's like, hello, I'm so close, come on. But this week I feel like there's some major breakthroughs. I've got new perspective and much more positive insight on situations that have caused you sadness or heartache. I think you're realising your own stubbornness. You're going to let go of holding on to old ideals. You're going to see the stress around abundance that maybe you impact on your own growth and progress, okay? Or just stop stressing about money. This is a time to be in your confident, to get up in your tower and command the presence. I feel like people are going to be looking at you. I feel there's some fateful situations going to be dropped, you're going to face this week, which are going to help you feel so much better about yourself. And there's going to be some missing pieces. It's like someone's been holding back, going, we're just holding back the big prize, but it's going to come in this week, guys. I'm getting Thursday or Friday, so wonderful unexpected new beginnings, lovely like a gift coming in from the heavens, and no effort whatsoever from yourselves. Now, I don't mean just sit there and do nothing and just say, oh, I'm not doing anything now. It's not about that. Still keep doing what you're doing in a progressive way. You just don't have to push it. All right, I don't feel like you have to force the dream anymore. I feel like the wish has been put out there and it's there. Now, I don't know if there are any Scorpios listening to this, let me know, comment on how you've been feeling, because I just feel like something is going to happen, something amazing is about to happen, and I'm unable to get rid of that feeling. But looking around, like I said, in realistic terms, there's certain things that are just not in place, and you think, how am I even seeing this? But I just feel it. And it's so great when you can feel something happening. And I do feel the tides are turning for you, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning into your favour. There's still the things going on that always go on, but I just feel your creative flow is going to be on such a high, and people are going to they're going to start kind of coming towards you. It's like you're attracting that light. You're giving out the light and you're attracting the light. So for any of you, just stop stressing, all right? Because I feel like whatever you want or whatever you need is going to be given to you, and you could receive something wonderful this week, or news about something coming, especially if you are concerned about money and finance. I feel like, there's positive new perspectives on this for one thing, but also just you're starting to realise how to manifest that better. But there could be an opportunity, like a work opportunity coming back again, or even someone coming back into your life that is going to open up working doors and opportunities for you as well. This is your time. Things are going to start changing from this week on, and it's going to be booming. Mars is going direct, so all your powers coming back, all this... Everything you've been holding back is going to go whoosh like that all of a sudden. So get ready for the ride, and, don't hold back. Don't don't force things, but don't just stop and just think, well, I'm doing nothing now. I'm not going to get all, defensive and angry and stubborn. Just let go. Just let go and enjoy, and just be in the moment as much as you can, and you will just see things just fall into your lap. They'll just keep flowing. Hello, Sagittarius. Now, there's going to be a sudden change this week, sudden turn of events. Now, for some of you, it may not seem a particularly comfortable one, or it may be what I call a bit of a shock factor, of like, a wake-up call. Maybe you'll say something and you'll upset someone, or maybe someone will say something to you, and maybe there's a massive argument or kind of breakdown, okay? Don't focus on the negatives, because I see that this is going to happen for a reason, because it's going to bring not only a goal towards you, like closer, something you're looking for, but also love. And I feel like it's going to open up communication from somebody. So it could be that you have a massive blowout with somebody, and you get really upset, but actually it works out all right in the end. Or you suddenly break up with someone, or someone breaks up with you and you feel really upset, but then somebody else gets in touch, that kind of thing. It feels like whatever dramatics happen, it's going to have a really, really good outcome, and it's going to give you your tiger energy back. And I feel like you're going to be quite fixed about what you want as well, quite clear and quite focused about what you're going to do. So if something does change suddenly, it could be, we've got like that tower moment happening, and it's very fateful. So this isn't something that you have control of. It's coming in to make a shift for you. It could be that you haven't been taking control, or maybe you wanted something, but you've been holding back. Maybe you've doubted it, or you're waiting for something to happen, and the universe is going, right, no, come on. This is the reason that it's not happening, because you're focusing too much on that. You're doubting yourself. There's a whole new perspective and a new agreement happening. So you may make a decision with somebody, you may sign a contract. This is coming very easily. There isn't any effort. It just flows, all right? That's a really cool thing. It's a lot of, again, for you, there's a lot of creative energy. You're going to be in the limelight in one aspect of your life. I see like your feathers opening, you feeling more confident about things. You're just feeling more in your power. It's like that tiger energy, but also the peacock, it's like, look at me. If you are able to go out or celebrate something, or you go on a date of some kind, I feel like you're going to be feeling and looking your best. You're going to feel really confident about things. And especially if something's upset you, it's almost like your brain, if you do, feel some emotional upset or let down, I just feel like you're just going to pick it up and go, right, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to let this person hold me back, Now, it's important to address how you feel, all right? Just don't dwell on it, but use it for power rather than to allow yourself to fall back behind, because this is happening to push you forwards, all right? So do acknowledge your pain. You don't have to try and cover up the cracks and find someone else to replace the person. It's like, oh, I'm sure I'm going to feel better once I replace this heartache. No, that isn't the way to do it. But don't stop yourself going and having some fun. You don't have to suddenly find the man of your dreams or woman of your dreams because that's going to help you feel better. It's not. If your heart's hurting, it's hurting. But at least use it to, to push you forwards and take some control in your life and to get more focused. There is healing happening at the moment anyway. Maybe you just have an outburst and you have an argument because you need to let go, and it is to do with your healing. Could be a healing crisis of some kind, but again, it's coming without you pushing it. It's just coming. And I think this is about you trying too hard in general or pushing too hard. It's just like, I've had enough, it's that feeling of like, I can't do anymore, but it somehow gives you leadership because it kind of it gives you clarity. That sense where you just cope and cope and cope and cope, avoid, and you keep smiling and you keep everything calm. And suddenly you just, I cannot do anymore. I cannot keep doing this. Every time I step one step, I'm coming back again and there's more to carry. And eventually it just gets you down. Eventually it prevents you going anywhere. It causes you can't move. So and it weighs you down, and it you just suddenly have to break out, and that's what happens. I feel like something is being pushed to the limits, and that's the fateful thing. But this is a massive breakthrough. This is a positive thing. And I'm seeing a wonderful surprise coming this week, which is going to guarantee security, safety, just the way forward. Your foundations are going to be in place. And a lovely phone call from somebody who is either professing their love or showing you how they really feel. Maybe you're just going to lose it because you're fed up with being let down, and you just say, right, enough's enough, I'm not doing this anymore. And then suddenly they come back and say, oh my God, I really loved you all along, and I don't want to lose you. And suddenly you get what you want. That isn't a reason to have an argument or to break down, to get somebody to react to you. Remember that. Do this for your, this is coming without any pressure. So even if you decided, obviously not for every Sagittarius listening to this, it's not going to resonate for everybody, but what I'm saying is, if you were going to decide, right, I'm not going to lose it, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to, if this is going to happen, it's going to happen, guys, because this is fate, all right? And if you're in this particular place and something has to be shifted, the universe is going to do it for you. Hello, Capricorn. Lovely to talk to you today. Now, I feel like you are on a slow rise to an agenda being attained. That's what they're saying, which sounds very bizarre. I feel like there's been a slow journey to get what you want, but this week you're going to feel a lot better about things. You're going to feel like the journey was worth it, but also that you are near the end of the journey. You could be starting out on another new journey that is going to take time, but it is consistent, and you're really focused on getting it better. You may just be focused on your health. Maybe you've been going for a long health issue, or an illness that you're now finally coming out the other side, because I'm seeing some people having blood tests or pressure tests and realizing that you know, it's been worth changing your diet or doing, you know, keeping consistent with your exercise or whatever, and it's starting to pay off. All right, some of you might be going to Weight Watchers and go, oh my god, I'm finally starting to now lose the weight, although at the first couple of months nothing was really happening. I persevered. Now this is about perseverance, not endurance. Okay, this is about kind of, I know what I want and I know it's going to be good for me and I really believe it, but I'm not going to pressure myself, I'm not going to judge myself or blame myself. I'm just going to keep going. And like I said, this week it's like you're seeing the benefits, you're starting to see a new road which is going to be more beneficial, and it may be a longer road, but actually it's going to be more progressive and much better. And it will come with its challenges, but you know that you can really get onto it. So you might just suddenly realise what you want. You know, it's like, oh my god, I don't need to, I can do this as well. You know, I know what I want and I know what I want to achieve, and couldn't give a monkey's about anybody else, because although this isn't going to be an easy road, because I may not have the support around me that I thought I did, because not everybody wants me to do this, I know I can do it. This is a massive week of change. There's an ending which will give you back control. So you may close a door on purpose, so this could again be a new path that you're about to take. I'm also seeing endings around relationships or love situations. It could just be that you're ending a cycle, an ongoing battle that you've been having. It could be that you just close a door on something you've been dwelling on. You know, it doesn't have, I'm not seeing sadness here. I'm seeing honesty and truth, but I'm also seeing a rebirth, all right? The ending, which is the death card in the tarot, which I'm seeing in my cubes, I'm seeing it twice, is also about rebirth. So this is about the love for yourself. It's, you know, your well-being and getting things right. There's a positive conversation going to happen. I feel like your communication is going to be better. It's quite fast, it's quite full on, but it's very clear, and it's like, yep, let's get on with it, buff. And it's like a very, it's just quick decisions this week, you know. It's like you just know what you want, and everything just feels more solid and more clear to you. There's a second chance being shown, which again could be that pathway. It could be an opportunity for career, it could be in love. But I think you're realising who's been pulling your strings, and actually how you've maybe allowed life to carry you, not the other way round. And you thought, you know what, I've let my fear do this, or I've let other people judge me, I've let other things influence me, and it's time for me now to take control. Because every time, you know, whatever I've been doing, I feel like I'm always hanging on to the end, and things are starting to be taken away from me, and I can't hold on anymore, you know. So this is an important week for you. Be confident in what you want. You know, do stand strong with your beliefs. You do have the inner security there. You don't have to protect yourself so tight. All right. I feel like, again, you know, you put all your walls around, or you get everything in place, because then that's safe. But I don't feel you have to anymore. This is just about clear honesty. What do I want? I've had enough of this. I'm going to move on. This has got to stop. We have to stop doing this. Something is going to give you real clarity, and I think you're going to just stop being awkward with yourself, or you're going to just go against someone else's stubbornness. You're just taking control, and it's going to be easy. That's the thing. It's not even going to be tough. I don't see you trying to plan out the conversation. You're just going to have the conversation, and it's going to be quick. Let's make this change. Bam, 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 bam. It's quite intuitional, but I think it's coming from what you've experienced. You're realising your health is being affected. You've got to do something. All right. Hello, Aquarius. So, big changes this week for you. I feel like the way you talk about things, communication is going to be easier. Something is going to start moving again that has been very, very relaxed or slow moving. Maybe it's just completely got stuck somewhere and you don't even know what went on there. 1 minute it was moving, the next minute it's just kind of died in front of you. But I do see a new beginning here, something being signed, or paperwork coming through that you've been waiting for, or something can get going again. It could just be that emails start working again, people are going back to work, or, I mean, I know in the UK everything's stopped, but it could just be that things are starting to move again. You will have the saying here, it's like you are manifesting this. You're the one that will instigate this somehow. It could just be that you're changing the way you're looking at things, that you are just manifesting in your mind. but it's somehow you've created this new beginning, this new start, this positive energy. All right, so it could be the work you've been doing over the last few weeks that has now brought that change in, and it's just about, again, divine timing and everything being where it needs to be. But you know, it was worth doing, and it's now starting to, the seeds you've been planting are now coming to fruition. I feel like anything that there's something that you could go ahead with now, which is much more secure than it was. So again, something could have been stopped because it just wasn't in the right place, and it wouldn't have worked. You know, the foundations weren't strong. You know, you didn't have the protection around you or the support. You know, maybe somebody has changed jobs that you've been dealing with. So there's someone new in place now that's going to be much more effective, you know, a different lawyer or representative, maybe an estate agent. You could be making this change just by what you're saying. You know, you have a conversation with somebody and you say, right, I want to change this person. I'd like to go higher up, or I want to talk to someone that knows what they're doing because you're not obviously doing what I want. So again, there's you taking control, realising your skills and your power. Things are turning around in your favour, and a call is coming, which is going to be very, very important for this change. Don't hold yourself back, you know, because again, I'm seeing this kind of, it's better to take, it's almost like you've been holding back taking a gamble on something, right? Or a risk. Maybe it feels like a bit of a risky move, but they're saying you don't have to be stubborn with yourself anymore. You can still do it. Somebody might not want to take the risk and you do, but I do feel that whatever this is going to be a good one. It's the foundations are in place now, all right? You know, maybe you're doing some renovations and you've been holding back because of something, or maybe Brexit, I don't know, or I don't know, the election or the pandemic, you know, things haven't been right, but this week it'll feel stronger. Somebody may still not want to go ahead though. Like I said, it could be your partner or someone holding back, but I feel you're going to make the changes because you're going to manifest it. So you might actually just be able to change the energy so they relax as well. You're taking control. Again, I'm seeing strong foundations. There's healing happening within you. Something is going to shift inside you where you just feel lighter and better about yourself. Patience. Still remain patient. Something news could come, but you're like, come on. I'm getting like 3 days you might have to wait. Not 3 minutes. It's not going to be 3 weeks, but it could be 3 days. Someone's not working as fast as you. You know, they've already agreed it, but you just want the paperwork. Just relax a bit. Again, this isn't a sign you've got to suddenly put all your walls up, all right? You can just go with the flow. Something is falling into place to finalise an issue. Again, it could be paperwork being written, could be a house sale, that kind of thing. But I'm seeing you rising from the ashes. This is your chance to rise again. All right? It's like something is dying, something is ending, something is being completed in your life this week, and you are rising again. And I'm seeing relationships, love, energy focused on relationships coming in as well, and more flow. It's like it follows. As you rise, things start coming in that suit you much better and are what you've been asking for. So it's going to be this is going to be a great week to implement some changes, have that conversation that you need, get that, you know, take control, that kind of thing, and make the change that you want, because it is, again, the foundation is going to be stronger, the people are going to be listening, and things are going to be in better order. Hello, and Pisces. Woo, this is a big expansive week for you. Push away those doubting Thomases this week. I feel that somebody's trying to put a spanner in the works into a big plan. This could be a major move. I feel some of you may be looking to move abroad. Maybe you're selling abroad. You're going to expand. It feels like you're going somewhere else. You're making a move, a house move of some kind. But it could be that you find something moving on a house sale, like Aquarius. I'm looking at, like, you know, things being finalised. For you, this is more like, you know, it could be around a house. For you, this is about looking further, expanding your house, expanding your living accommodation. Maybe it's selling one thing to get something bigger, but I feel like it could be that you want to buy a holiday home. You see a great option and it's fast. It could be that you just put your house on the market and bam, fast sale. This is going to give you a lot of power as well. I feel like you're just like in it. You're on it, you're in it, you know, you're going for it. There's a lot of energy around you this week. Now, it could start off a bit sluggish, but I feel like you're pushing forwards through this Mars energy. You know, although it's slowing to a halt and then it will start and go direct by the end of the week, it may slow down, like it's pulling at you from Monday to Wednesday, but you're pushing. You're not in a bad way. You're just carving through it. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're cutting through it and you're still going forwards. There's this mental sharpness and focus around you and this whole new outlook. It's like you can see exactly how to turn the cogs. You're taking control. I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's behaving very immaturely, who is not wanting to take the journey with you, and you just want to move things on, you know? I'm not seeing endings here, but I feel like you're just carving through the difficulty, the challenges, like people going, oh, well, I don't know if you can do this. And they're still locked in this negative energy, or they're trying to control you. That's another thing. It's that sense of control. You're starting to learn the details now, and you're thinking, hang on a minute, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just going to do this because this feels right. Boom. You're very intuitional, Pisces. And I do see you getting what you want, and it's a new beginning. You are like literally grabbing your wings and flying this week, and this is bringing a lot more balance. Something is coming back to you. I feel like this is past power, or somebody is going to contact you, and it's going to bring this new beginning. Now, it could be that suddenly all this responsibility is put on you, and you say, I've had enough, I'm not having, or it's just all this energy that's just clouding you, and you suddenly go, I'm not doing it, and you push it away. It's like you're just rising above the energy and just seeing beyond. It could be that someone gets in touch with you, realise they say something to you about something you haven't noticed in your life, and it's a wake-up call. I feel like you're getting rid of all the burdens, all the excess that you don't need, and you just think, right, this is too much, this is like a noose around my neck, I need to cut this free now, and you're just going to work really quickly. And I take seeing fast action and fast results this week. It's like once you understand the details and you work on how it can work, and you maybe do a little bit of research, you'll see how simple something is. That's the thing. It's almost like maybe you've been holding back because of what someone else is saying, or because they've been influencing you in some way, and now you realise, actually, I've got everything I need to do this, and I don't care whether you come with me or not, I'm off. So it's a whole new perspective this week. There is more flow, and when you see this thing happen, it's going to give you even more flow and more balance. But you're starting to see what's blocking you, and that's really important. It's like once we know what we don't want or what isn't good for us, then we can actually get things going. All right, so have a great week, Pisces. Have a great week to everyone who's listening. If you'd like a private reading, just go on down to my website, www.saraperrypsychic.com.